Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about one of my favorite hobbies or pastime activities, and that is LARPing. Now, for those of you who don't know, LARPing stands for live action role playing. And what you do is you create a character, and then you go to a game, and the game is created by the game master, so he creates the realm, he creates the rules, and then there's an objective, and then your character and your friends or whatever have to go complete this task or objective, usually defeat some evil wizard or something, except in like board games or something you have to roll a dice, or in video game you defeat the character, but in LARPing you have like foam weapons and stuff, and so you actually have to, in order to defeat the character, you have to defeat him with hit him with a sword, a foam sword. And there's a lot of LARPing that you can do, and anyways, my character, I play a level 12 Terran Explorer, and the genre I like, there's steampunk, there's medieval times, there's a bunch of LARPing genres, but I like the adventure / explorer type genre. And then in addition to that, they have immersion levels. So think of immersion levels like the degree of realisticness. I prefer the high immersion levels because I find it more intense. Like in the high immersions, if I'm scared, if I feel like if I'm presented in a situation where oh, I could actually be hurt here, and then it makes it more real because it's high immersion. So high immersion, a good example would be people want to do pretend they're an elf or something. Well, low immersion would be, let's say, all that we have is the streets. That's the only space we have. So, I'm an elf and I'm in the street and I'm going to combat my other elf friends. You look around, there's cars, there's people, it's low immersion, you have to imagine a lot. Where high immersion, you go out in the forest that's secluded, and then there's a lot of people there in character and in full costume, and you're like, wow, this really could be like a battle of the elves. That's high immersion. So I like the high immersion stuff. And then the gaming systems, you can do like a standalone game where if you were in the forest with the elves and you defeated the elves and you won, that's it. Those skills and experiences you learned in that game do not carry over to your next game, which is not my preference. I prefer the chapter, which is if you were, in that example, if I were to defeat those elves, in the next game, let's say, now you gotta battle the dwarves or something, your experiences, strength, and skills learned then carry over. That's how you can build up your character. That's how I became a level 12 Terran Explorer. And, yeah. It's a lot of fun. So my character is a treasure hunter as well. And I want to show you some of the games that I've been on. It's quite a lot of fun. Okay, so this is E, my character. As I said before, he's an explorer type / adventurer, so he usually wears the adventure hat. And I'm just going to go through some of my character pictures. That's E on top of a cliff. When I'm E, I usually carry the hat and the adventure glasses and some sort of scarf. And there's me again. E again. Again, adventure hat, scarf, sunglasses. E again, but he's doing a different thing. My character again the scarf. So you get to choose your own costume, and obviously, if you're an explorer, you choose a costume that is an explorer. And same thing. That's E with the torch. And the nice thing is, you can do your skills, and you learn certain skills This is an example of a crafting skill. We didn't have a flashlight at the time, so as you build up your character, you learn certain skills, and this was like a torch that we made so we could look around. And you get like climbing skills and other skills like that. This is a giant tree. Okay, so when you go to the games, there's certain tasks you can do. This game took place in Burma, present-day Myanmar, or Myanmar, which are, the quest was to explore the local shops of the fishing village that we were visiting. And you can see all the buildings are pretty much on stilting. The only way you get around is on a boat. So the quest was explore the fishing villages and learn about the people. So this is them making farms. They gather the seaweed from the bottom of the ocean or the river to make these floating farms here. And this is where we stayed, but you can't really see the farms. This LARPing quest was a scuba dive. And this LARPing quest is in Bagan, also in Myanmar, present-day Burma, where our quest was to explore the temples, which there are hundreds of them. So, and more pictures. We took this picture on top of another temple. That's us. That's my LARPing buddy. He's my brother. Yeah, here's them gathering this seaweed from the bottom, and what they do is they use this and they put it on top of a raft, and this kind of acts like the dirt, and that's what they grow their food off of. These are some of the monks. They didn't know we were LARPing. They were giving us funny looks for the LARPs that we were doing. This is my most recent LARP game. I went out to Utah in Grand Gulch, and we the quest was explore the ancient ruins of the Anasazi and find clues to their disappearance. So I went out there to go explore the ruins. These are their ruins, and they were basically in these canyons where we had to go. We actually ended up camping here for one night as we explored the ruins. More ruins we're gonna go check. We're checking out. There's me again in costume, in character. A lot of times E wears these Carhartt pants because they're tough and they kind of look adventurous, and as well as like combat boots, and always a hat. My glasses I must have taken off for some reason, and the scarf, it was just too it was just too darn hot. So you know, you gotta be practical when you make up these costumes too. This is in here is where we were exploring, but I had to escape for a flash flood. I had to climb out of the canyon, which is wasn't part of the LARP, but you gotta kind of roll with the punches. Again, it's the high immersion. Like when you're here LARPing as an explorer / adventurer, there was no cell phone service. Not because there was a rule, because there was no cell phone service. Even the ranger stations did not have cells. So if you were to get caught, trip, fall, or be injured out here, you were on your own. Again, that's that high immersion that makes it so much fun. And then another thing is, it was a desert. It may look like there's a bunch of vegetation in here, but don't make one mistake, it was a desert. So dehydration was a big thing. So again, it's a high immersion. When you have that high immersion in the gameplay, it makes the dangers seem very real, and it makes it that much more intense. This was the White Mountains. It was another game that me and my brother did. This was in New Hampshire, and we decided to LARP in the White Mountains. So this one was a very, very nice game. The only problem, there's my brother looking at the map. The only problem with this game is, again, you gotta learn to roll with the punches. Hurricane Arthur came through when we were LARPing this one. We tried to, there's a ring of mountains, and we try to hit every single one of them. There's like 13 mountain peaks that we were trying to hit. But unfortunately, because of Hurricane Arthur, we had to take shelter. We had to get off the mountain because it was a freaking hurricane coming in. We were going to get blown off, so we had to take shelter in the valley. where this picture was, so that the peaks would give us some shelter from the hurricane. But still, that game got a little dicey with the hurricane. But again, it's why I like the high immersion games. This here was in New Mexico, another game that we did, and this is a crack, a giant hole, and instead of helping me out, my friends thought it'd be a better opportunity to take a picture. This is me on top of the Tooth of Time. That was the quest. We had multiple quests in this one. This was an 11-day quest out in the deserts of New Mexico. And again, this quest was just get on top of the Tooth of Time. And that right there is the Tooth of Time. I don't know if you can see it. And that was the quest for that day. So those are some of the examples of the quests / games I've been on. And other ones were, these are older ones, but so one of the LARPing games that we had was we get on top of that. It's a mile-high mountain. So this is just some of the pictures of our routes. Yeah, this is us climbing up the mountainside. Alright, so what I got before us is some of my LARPing gear, as well as my character. As I mentioned before, he's an explorer / treasure hunter, so I have some of the treasures that my character has collected over the time. So, well, let's go over the treasure first. They're not always going to be too fancy, like you want to expect jewels and coins. I mean, I have some coins, but they're not always available when you are in the game. And sometimes relics are pretty cool. Anyway, so what I got here is got a boomerang. This one was from the Utah game. I have more with me from when I was in Asia, Burma, Singapore, Thailand, but unfortunately we're in the middle of moving right now, so I packed a lot of that stuff up and I didn't want to dig through it. So again, this was the Utah trip. So got a little badge there. And in addition, we have some arrowheads, which makes some pretty cool treasures. And then my favorite one from my favorite treasure from the Utah game was I got a Native American knife. This is a antler knife. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then while I was in Burma, I have some coins I got. These are. This one's an ancient Burmese coin from one of the old dynasties. That's just another coin, and this is an old Burmese coin that they don't use anymore. Powder keg, and then this I got when I was in Mexico. We did a game there where we had to go explore Belize and the Mayan ruins. So this was one of the treasures I got from there. So you just when you're doing the treasures for the explorer one, anything can really be a treasure. I mean, you're not gonna find too much, but it's still pretty cool to grab some stuff like keepsakes for your game, and you can call them treasures. Anyways, and then we have some of the LARPing gear. My hat, journal, and this is my tomahawk and my blade. So again, it's a fun game. I really like doing it, and I may make some more videos depending on the responses I get. So if you like my channel, subscribe or leave comments below.